when I first got into making content in 2011, 2012, 2013, there was three things you knew you can never talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not like I wasn't a big popular guy. That I didn't have a big following on YouTube. I was just kind of starting out on Instagram, and then I started to transition to YouTube. And you always knew it was like, you couldn't say racist things. You couldn't say you couldn't talk bad about black people. That was one.
Right.
You couldn't talk bad about gay people. That was two. And you couldn't talk about the Jews. And I'll never forget it. I remember it always felt like the first two were like, you kind of could. The third one was, if you talked about that group of people, it was like, you knew there were repercussions for sure. Everyone was so afraid to say anything that was like just anything outside of the politically correct, thing.
Right.
And I think that's the core of why you have so much success, because you do it in a way that, it doesn't feel hateful. And I whether it's political or whether it's just making content, I've noticed over the last 4 or 5 years, that's the thing that makes people successful, is just the truth of like who they are as a person without trying to hold these filters and be like, I got to make sure everyone's okay with this. And I think that's why you have a large part of your success.
So that means he's disqualified. And I think you're right. A lot of people, they don't agree with everything I say. And the jokes don't always land.
Yeah.
But they see it and they say, here's a guy that's not part of the establishment. He's authentic. He's just being who he is. He's unfiltered. He's raw. And even people that are left wing, people that are not white, people that you wouldn't think are my usual audience, have some level of respect for that. Everybody recognizes all of it went way too far. It was suffocating and oppressive. And now people say, we'll even tolerate who was considered the worst of the worst. It's better than what we had before. So, but I think that's a very specific thing.